You know that idea from the Big Bang Theory about Raiders of the Lost Ark?
That Indiana Jones is completely irrelevant to the story. Yet with or without him, the Nazis find the Ark, open it, and die.
Well, this isn't it. I promise, this isn't a trick. Okay, this is a theory about the Last Crusade, and don't worry, it isn't an Indiana Jones didn't do anything type thing. So, allow me to present some evidence that will lead you to one inevitable conclusion about the film Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Welcome to Alternate Take. The first thing we need to consider is that Indiana Jones isn't actually looking for the Grail. At the start of the film, he doesn't even think it's real.
Heard this bedtime story before.
Kind of surprising really, given the melty face box he found a couple of movies ago, but no, like so many middle-aged people with elderly parents, he only gets brought into it when his septuagenarian father wanders off from where he's supposed to be, perhaps looking for a shop that closed down 20 years ago. And so his quest begins, the quest for the Holy Frail. Ha ha! See what I did there? Although, to be fair, actually, Henry Jones Sr. is still pretty sprightly. But yeah, I want you to remember that he is not in this to find the Grail. Secondly, he's God's buddy. Now, I think on the whole, we can all agree that Indiana Jones is a good bloke. As a teacher, it doesn't look like he's had any inappropriate relations with any of his students. Probably. He loves putting things in museums.
That belongs in a museum!
He helps old people sit up, and he clearly believes in and has a respect for this film's version of God. So it'd be reasonable to assume that in this universe, God is probably like, you know what, I like this guy, and so is rooting for him to succeed, especially against the flippin' Nazis. Thirdly, he vanquished the knight that was responsible for guarding the Grail. Remember that insane sword fight where the Guardian of the Grail had 700 years to train and hone his skills, and he comes out all swords blazing, and he and Indy have an epic Dragon Ball Z-esque battle where only the most worthy will triumph? No? Well, that's because the old man falls down. But seriously, who wants to live forever if your body continually gets weaker and weaker? Think it through, people. Anyway, after the battle, the knight says that Indy is now the one chosen to guard the Grail, so he's in charge now. Fourthly, Indiana Jones doesn't want it for himself. He doesn't have any interest in taking the Grail. But when Donovan plays a little game of hide the bullet with Sean Connery's tum-tum, he goes in to get it in order to save his father's life. Certainly a noble goal, and way more noble than Donovan, who, might I remind you, is a Nazi. And here's a fresh take for you. If you look into it, turns out Nazis are bad and do not have noble goals. Lastly, and this one is a little bit more far-fetched, as we don't know exactly how the Grail works and whether or not you just have one sip and staying put will keep you alive forever, or if you need to keep topping up that bad boy. But what the heck is the idea behind having all those booby-trapped cups in there? Firstly, if the knight did have to keep drinking from it, it's not entirely unfeasible that in 700 years, one time they might accidentally pick up the wrong cup. And secondly, I know this is supposed to be the final test, but wasn't the knight supposed to be the final test? Yeah, once he's vanquished, the vanquisher is the new guardian of the Grail. He just said that. So why are we also giving him the multiple choice quiz as well? Any way you look at it, when you add all these things up, the fact that Indiana Jones doesn't want the Grail, that he's God's buddy, that when he does go to find the Grail, he just wants to save his dad, and that he is now the guardian elect of the Grail, surely means that there's no way that the knight or anyone else would just be like, ha ha, wrong cup, you're dead now. So here's the idea. What if when the knight says,
You chose poorly.
he means Donovan's choice to be a Nazi, or the choice to use the Grail to subjugate humanity, or the choice to play hide the bullet in Sean Connery? What if all these things are the poor choices, and whatever cup he chose, Donovan would still end up all dust in the wind like? Surely God wouldn't be, well, he is a Nazi and he did a lot of horrible things to get here, but gosh and darn it if he didn't pick the right cup. And the same is true the other way. When the knight says,
You have chosen wisely.
what if he means Indiana Jones's choices in life, or the desire to do good with the Grail, or the choice to wear a cool hat? But no, you picked the wrong cup, so see you later. Which is why I think that the choice of cup doesn't matter. Maybe over 700 years the knight was like, do you know what would be really funny? If like I say they have to choose a specific cup. Because, he's been there a long time, and maybe that's what passed for comedy in the Crusades. Anyway, whatever the reason, the cup doesn't matter. The poor or wise choices are the choices we made along the way. Anyway, that's the theory. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this theory, and if you have any of your own. Click on this circle if you'd like to subscribe so you know when more videos are going to come up on the channel. And click on this video here, which apparently you're going to love. And thanks to Reddit user cax_itzam for the post that was the inspiration behind this video. Till next time, catch you later.